Ladies and gentlemen, it is happening. I was becoming a dry husk of a man playing Super Auto Pet. I was desperate for content. I was thirsty for new content. And Team Wood's game has plugged the drip into my arm, and it's containing not like whatever it is normally, like 2% saline. It's containing 2% dopamine. On the test server right now, which I'll link in the description below, is Expansion Pack 2 and another pack. Not just one pack, but 2 packs. Apologies for the random window notification noise, assuming that picked it up as well, but we're on a bit of a weird setup right now. So this isn't on the game on Steam right now. You have to click on the itch.io page, or itch.io as I sometimes call it, and you can find Super Auto Pet Test, and this is where I am right now. So I'm loaded into a webpage, so as you noticed, this isn't my account, this is just a guest account that I've created to show off the patch. I'm going into this semi-blind. I've not read the effects, I've scrolled through, and boy, oh boy, there are new pets in the game. So first things first, I think I want to run through these pets and see what they're about, and then we'll definitely give an arena mode a go. Expansion Pack 2. 55 new pets. Oh, baby. There's also this thing called the weekly pack, which has some additional new creatures in it, I believe. And I love the idea of a pack which changes every week. That is just incredible. That's going to be so versatile, like the metas you're going to have in it. I think that's going to be a fantastic addition to the game, assuming this gets pushed live. Please, computer, I don't need any of this notifications. Let me see the new animals. The baby duck. You sell it, give rightmost shop pet +1/+1. So you are like the duck. You're like the old duck, but you only target one creature, but you give more stats than the adult duck. Cool, I like it. Cockroach. It's also a 1/2 in the tier 1. Cockroach, a 1/4 tier 1. At the start of turn, set attack to 1. Then level 2, set attack to 2. Level 3, set attack to 3. Interesting. So it doesn't matter what your attack is to some degree. You would probably want to just buff its defense, and then it will just always set to a certain amount of attack. Seems a little bit weak, but a 1/4 out of the gate, that's pretty strong, honestly. That could be something you just pick up for the tier 1 shop. It's a bit like a horse, and just sell it when you get the tier 2 animals. The Hummingbird, 2/2 tier 1. Start a battle, give +2/+2 to a strawberry friend. What? What is a strawberry friend? Then it upgrades to give +4/+4 and then +6/+6. This is potentially scaling. That's very early. I have to find out what this strawberry friend is, but I'm sure we'll find it below. I wonder if it's a food item. Maybe there's a food item now that behaves as a pet. The Iguana. 1/3 tier 1. Enemy summoned or pushed, deal 1 damage to it. Ah! We have in itself a new counter to the horse build, assuming there's like a horse-like build. You summon a creature, this Iguana just peps it. It pecks it once. Give it a little snipe. I like you, Iggy. And also push, that's presumably a new mechanic. You can move people around. Great addition to the game. As it levels up, it does an additional damage each time. So level 1, it does 1 damage to something that's summoned or pushed. Level 2, it's 2 damage to it. And level 3, it's 3 damage. I like the Iguana. This seems like something that you could take into the late game, depending on the meta. Kiwi, 2/2 tier 1. Sell, give a random strawberry friend +1/+2. Okay. And then that increases on each level to 2 and 4, and 3 and 6. We have to find out what this strawberry friend is at some point. Without knowing what the strawberry friend does, I can't really guess how strong these are. What I would say is the Kiwi, I adore your model. I really like it. It kind of reminds me again of the meme of the guy turning over his shoulder to look at, like, you know, the pretty girl in the dress walking past. That's what the Kiwi's giving the expression. The mouse, 2/1 tier 1. Man, there's a lot of tier 1 creatures. Sell, Replace food with +1 free apple that gives 1/1. That's really cool as well. And then as you tier it up, you get 2 apples, and then 3 apples. How do you get 3 foods in the shop? That's, again, interesting. Very strong, potentially, as well, because, again, this is early scaling. It's just on your boards. It kind of reminds me a little bit of... what does it really remind me of? I was going to say the otter, but the otter's immediate. This one is later on. But you can also target where these buffs go to. I think that mouse could be pretty strong, honestly. It would definitely be something you're preparing for the future, so you'd need a good tier 2 creature or a tier 3 to put it onto. But I could see mouse meta being pretty strong early game. Panda. Start of battle. Give 50% of Panda's attack and health to friend ahead, then faint. Okay, and it's a 2/4 at tier 1, so it gives a 1/2 out there. I was just saying, you want a buff target? How about the panda? Panda being a potential buff target. And then at tier 2, it's 100% of the panda's attack and health to the friend ahead, then faint. And then 3 is 150%. So you're like the dodo, but you faint. Cool. I like the concept of it. I'm just trying to think if there's... Well, we'll have to see other animals in the pack. I'm trying to think of other animals that we already have, what could synergize with the panda right now. Nothing immediately comes to mind. I guess an ox behind you could be something that's nice. It automatically faints, so you get the ox trigger, so it gets melon at the start of the battle, and you give this to another friend in front. When it faints, it gives the ox another thing. So if we ever get ox panda, that could be a combo. Pillbug, another tier 1. This is for anyone from the UK or Woodlouse, I believe. So, level 1, upgrade shop tier. Give the 2 pets behind +1 health. Oh! I see, sorry, it doesn't upgrade the shop tier. It's when the shop tier upgrades, it buffs the units behind. That's pretty slow scaling. It is tier 1, it's a 1/1 as well, so clearly it was fairly strong at higher stats. You could be really good though, like to get those early, I say early mid-game wins. Because the shop upgrades pretty quickly early on. But after, what is it? What do you get up to? So it won't do anything at the start. On round 3, 5, 7, 9. So after round 11, you won't do anything. Okay. And then the final tier 1, Seahorse 2/3. Feint. Push the last enemy 1 space forward. So here's one of the pushers. Seahorse, you combo with the Iguana. Interesting. Push the last enemy 1 space forward, so you pull something at the back forwards. That, again, is brutal for the summon build, which have like a turkey or something at the back, assuming there is an equivalent in this. But that Seahorse could be actually insanely strong. And then when it tears up, it moves forwards 2 spaces and 3 spaces. And it's a 2/3 out the gate. That's pretty good stats for what could be a really strong effect. Okay. The first of the tier 2s, the Atlantic Puffin. You look adorable. The start of the battle, deal 2 damage for each friendly strawberry pet to an enemy. Okay. Then it's 4 damage for each friendly strawberry pet, and then 6 damage for each friendly strawberry pet. Again, until I see what the strawberry pet is, I can't really tell if this is good, but remember the Mosquito. I'd say it's a pretty good unit you can take from tier 1 to the end game for popping melons. Assuming melons in this pack, it might not be in this pack. The 2 damage is twice the damage of a Mosquito. Admittedly, it's to a single target. So, I'm not sure about the Puffin right now. But an interesting concept. Could be good early on if the strawberry pet's easy to get. We'll see. Dove, 2/4 tier 2. Feint. Give strawberry friends +1. Okay, co-host Millie, I appreciate that you're in here. Can you not try and log into my laptop? Hang on. Let me deal with my co-host. Can you please get off there? Turning my laptop on. Don't turn my recording off! Right, do you want to sit on the chair with me? I mean, I'm not sitting on your knees, am I? Let me... Oh, whatever, I'll do it standing up. I am still recording. You haven't moved my screen region, have you? No, you haven't. Well done. Good cat. Right. The Dove. 2-4 tier 2. Feint. Give strawberry friends +1/+1. Again, how easy it is to get those strawberry friends out will really depend on how strong that is. But if you can easily get early strawberry friends, which I presume you can, that's pretty good scaling. And on a specified unit, that could be really strong. And then as it tiers up, it's +2 then... +2/+2 and then +3/+3. Also very strong. This goddamn cat. Can I please sit that down again? Come on. I'll put you on my shoulder. You can be my parrot. Alright, the guinea pig. Adorable art again on the guinea pig. You're a 1/1 at tier 2. Buy, summon a 1/1 guinea piglet. Then each time you tier up, or level up, sorry, you summon a 2/2 then a 3/3 guinea piglet. Assuming the guinea piglet has no effect, I don't think that's fantastic, honestly. Hey, how about adding Millie to one of the packs for being an annoying creature? Shall we ask the Team Wood Games to add you to a pack, Millie? I see you're now stuck to my shoulder. Alright. The Jellyfish, tier 2, 2/3. Level 1, friends level up. They gain +1/+1. Okay, and then when it hits level 2, the friends get +2/+2. And at level 3, they gain +3/+3. That's again a creature that could give you some really early game tempo. A bit like the horse build, it could be a very good unit to get early on. And then just ride the wave away. Koala, 1/2, tier 2. Friends behind get hurt, gain 1/1. So, the usefulness of the koala will really depend on how many creatures can take damage behind the koala. Because right now from the pack, what is it going to be? It's the Puffin can do it. And where was the other one? The Iguana can do it. So Puffin and Iguana. It's only two things right now that can do anything like that. But if they become a strong combo wombo, the koala will also be a strong creature. At a 1/2 though, I don't feel like you're incredible. I think you're pretty poorly statted. Right, shall I help you, Millie? Can you not bite me? There you go. Trying to remove a claw from my shoulder, and she bites my knuckles. Aren't you? Right, the Pug. A 3/3 tier 2. Start a battle, friend ahead gains 1 experience. That seems insanely strong. You're like the chick, but you just get the effect at level 1. And then when you level up, they gain 2 experience and 3 experience. So the Jellyfish Pug combo, that could be very promising. You put a pug... Sorry, something in front of the pug. Then you have a jellyfish. The pug tears up that creature, the jellyfish gives them stats. That is a combo. Salamander, 3/2 tier 2. By friend, if it has a start of battle ability, gain +1/+1. A synergy creature, very interesting with a moniker. So creatures that have the start of battle thing, this gains stats. Again, if there's a lot of start of battle creatures in this pack, the Salamander might be something you put in front of the Pug, honestly. The Pug has a start of battle effect. Buying more Pugs will pop the Salamander. The Pug will work well with the Salamander. That seems an insane combo, actually. Who else have we seen so far that's started... Sorry, did it say starter battle? Yes. So, the Atlantic Puffin as well. The Panda. The Hummingbird. Like, that's a decent amount. Admittedly, some require this strawberry friend, so... Whether or not there's going to be space for all of them, we'll have to see. But I like the idea of this Pug Salamander immediately after theory crafting. Stork. 2/1 tier 2. Feint. Summon a level 1 pet from your previous shop tier. So you're like the eagle, but worse. But early, very early. 2-1. It really depends on the stats of the tier 1 creatures for you. I feel like they're pretty low cost stats right now. But it's not awful value. Like, even if you get the cockroach or something, that'd be a 3-5 at tier 2. That's pretty well statted, honestly. I'm trying to see what I mean, like, obviously this changes as the game goes on. In which way it's not like the eagle. You'll never get a tier 6. Your best will be a tier 5. But that's not bad. That's pretty interesting, honestly. I'm just trying to think if you're better than a spider. Because the spider is a 2-2 from the tier ahead. This is the tier back, but it doesn't have the stat thing on it. I think the stork might be better, and the spider's not awful. Sure, it pays out poorly for me from pretty often, but... Interesting creature. Yak, 4-6, tier 2. End of turn, deal 2 damage to itself, repeats 1 time. Okay, so there's an obvious synergy with the yak, which was with the koala. I said how easy it's going to be to get a friend hurt behind. With the yak, it's easy. It'll do it to itself. So, at level 1, you're actually a 4-4 for tier 2. That's, again, pretty well statted. And you can proc effects. Seems reasonable. Then, as you tier it up, it repeats the effect twice. And then 3 times. Okay, that seems honestly fairly interesting. I said this a lot, but I can see this being decent. Again, it will really require effect saying friends are hurt to see if the yak will work. If it's literally only the koala, then I don't think that synergy is going to be worth much. We'll see. Capybara, 2-5 tier 3 now, so that was the last of the tier 2s. Roll. Give unfrozen shop pets +1/+1. So this is on you rolling the shop. So anything you haven't frozen, so any fresh creatures, gain +1/+1. That is cool. That's like a gambling game, because if you have the capybara, and typically you will roll the shop once per round and then maybe try and buy 3 things. It makes you evaluate if the shop you have is worth buying from, or re-roll and hope to get like some of these creatures back in, but with extra stats. I feel like rolling with the capybara, and it'll only work once because it's unfrozen pet, so you get one roll of the dice. You could buy something from that, then roll again and buy something else. That capybara could actually be pretty good. It's immediate value as well. Okay. Cassowary. I've never heard of you as a creature, I'm not going to lie. End of turn, gain +1/+1 for each friendly strawberry pet up to 1. Okay, and then it's +1/+1 for each strawberry pet up to 2. And then +1/+1 for each strawberry pet up to 3. So you're a self-scaling unit. So a bit like Ed Bison. But your criteria is actually pretty easy to do. You do give yourself lower stats. You start as a 2-4 though, that's not bad. I mean, like, the comparable creature is the puppy, which scales way faster. Although if you get 2 strawberry pets, the cassowary could be pretty good. Although you'd also have to be level 2. That's a possibility for a decent unit. Clownfish. 2-3. Friend levels up, give it +2/+1. Again, synergizes with the pug, which synergizes with the salamander to some degree, because it's synergized with the pug. That pug could be insanely strong. So yeah, when it levels to level 2, then the friends get 4/+2, and then one more time it's +6/+3. The stats are favouring the attack, which is normally not the stat you want, especially in the early game. But the late game to pop through melon, and this is becoming a mid-game creature. Attack's not that bad anymore. Donkey, 3-5. Friend faints. Push first enemy to the back. Works 1 time per turn. Again, some more of this movement abilities. That synergizes with the... Was it Iguana? So the Iguana can start peppering things as Donkey kicks them back. And you can get multiple procs of it, because at level 2, it works twice. And at level 3, it works 3 times per turn. Again, the push synergy, I think, is going to rely on creatures being very good at the back. So, like, as a counter strategy to that. Or things being pushed around, synergies towards that. I guess we've already seen some synergies where creatures have to be ahead of another one. And that will disrupt that. Even the leveling one, it disrupts it to some degree. Although, I say that, really, you get the benefit from the level synergy before the battle, so it doesn't really affect it at all, does it? Okay. The Leech, 4-2. End of turn, deal 1 damage to the pet ahead and gain 1 health. So it sucks from the pet ahead. That could be really strong if you can combine it with, like, a Blowfish. If it ever goes into that weekly pack, that's an interesting Cascade combo. Or, I mean, just anything on hurt synergies. I don't think we've seen too many hurt synergies, actually, so far. But the Leech seems to work well with all of them. Okay. The Okapi. 1-2. You roll the shop, I presume. Gain 1-1 until the end of battle. Works 5 times per turn. That is such a short-term game card that it's kind of crazy. I say card, creature. You roll your shop 5 times in a round, which precludes you from buying 2 things. You gain 5-5. It's a 6-7 at tier 3. That's very strong, but it's only for that battle. So you are spending a lot to make it happen. I'm not sure about this. Sorry, when it levels up, it gets +2/+2, and then +3/+3, and they work 5 times each. So if you level it up, you could, in theory, you could just keep doing it continuously. But I think you're cutting your nose off to spite your face too much with this creature. It'll be interesting to see it in action. I will test this out. We'll test everything out at some point, but testing just rolling 5 times, buying, like, 1 thing. If we can get some extra, moolah, a little bit of equity, the Okapi could pop. Starfish. 5-2. Again, tier 3. If a friend is sold, if it had a sell ability, gain +1/+1. Again, it's something else that synergizes with people with a certain moniker. So if you get a Starfish, and you had, where was it from the very start of the game? The mouse. You could keep your mouses, try and get them up to levels. Sell them when you get, or sell it when you get the Starfish. The Starfish gets some stats, and you get some free apples which you could put on your Starfish, and you could just turbo push the Starfish. That seems pretty strong. Right, Millie, get down. Let me just check everything is fine. She literally just stood on all my hotkeys, so I don't know what's going on right now. I can see my voice. If she interrupts this, I'm going to be so upset with her. I can see the output, I can see the recording going. I think I got lucky. I don't think she's done anything too harmful. Okay, but yeah, I think turbo pushing the Starfish could be very strong. The Toad, 3-3, again, tier 3. If an enemy is pushed or hurt, make it weak. Works 2 times per turn. That's very strong. Wait, what is weak? That's different, right? Or is weak the thing that the bacteria put on? I can't remember what the name was now. If weakness is what the bacteria does, that's fairly strong. So you're almost like a bat, but potentially additional procs. When it levels up, it can do it 4 times and 6 times at level 3. I see, the cogs are turning in my brain. I can see the synergy there. Woodpecker, 4-3, start a battle. Deal 1 damage to the 2 pets ahead. Repeat 1 time. Again, hurt synergies, that's pretty strong. Presumably you can roll this at the front as well, and then not have an issue. You could just roll it as the 4-3. But presumably there's a reason for the pecking. When it tiers up, it repeats that effect twice. And then at tier 3, does it 3 times. But I don't think we've seen a hurt synergy yet, so... I'm not entirely sure where the Woodpecker should sit. Also, if it's... No, I was going to say, if it's friends ahead... Yeah, you could just run it in the front, I suppose. Yeah, I think that would work. Okay. The Anteater, 3-2. When it faints, it summons 2 level 1 ants. Oh, this is a tier 4 creature, by the way. We've moved up a tier. If they work like the ants on the base pack, that seems insanely strong. Crazy strong, because if the ants die and give 2-1 as well, that's super value. That is what? The ant itself is a 2-1, so they're providing 4-2, so 8-4. It's 11-6 in stats, I think, for the Anteater, and spread out. And when it faints, you summon level 2 ants instead, 2 level 2s. And at level 3, it's 2 level 3 ants, which I think then are 6 3s effectively, because it gives you 4-2 instead, if I remember rightly. Anteater, you seem insanely strong. By the way, I was looking around because I kicked Millie out of the office, and I've just turned around and she's in my office again. Feel free to leave. Blobfish. I adore you and your little tank. 2-6. Faints. Give friend behind 1 experience. Can you tier up in the battle now? I mean, I presume so. And is the experience permanent? I guess it is. Or maybe it doesn't work that way? Huh. And then when you level it up, it gives 2 experience and 3 experience. Immediately, I'm just thinking of pilling my own blobfish for experience. Like, you pick it up, you run it for a little bit, and when you get a better creature, just pill it. And it pumps experience to the creature behind it. Okay. Eel, 5-2. A lot of fishy creatures, I've noticed. Start the battle. Gain 50% bonus health. Then it's gain 100% and then 150% at levels 2 and 3. So you're low statted at first, but if you can pump its health up by various synergies, that is potentially a very dangerous little creature. It is coming in tier 4, so you would need to make a lot of stuff work. I've also noticed at the moment there's not a lot of easy ways to scale, so we might see if there's any other scalar creatures coming up. Like, there's been nothing like the monkey where it just gives, +2/+2 to the unit up front, or something of a higher level just give 1/1. I presume there will be a great scaler, but I've not seen it yet. Hamster. You roll, you gain 1 gold. Works 2 times per turn. So you get 2 free rerolls. That seems insanely strong. So there's a roll synergy, isn't there? I said the Okapi might not be good because you can't get the rolls. Okapi plus Hamster giving you 2 free rerolls. That's very good. And then when you tier it up to level 2, you get 4 shots at the cherry, 4 rerolls, and at level 3, 6. 6 free rerolls. That Hamster, if there's a very specific meta that shows up that's very strong, the Hamster could honestly enable it. You can just find the pieces that you want of the puzzle. It could be very strong, this Hamster. Okay, the Hawk. 4-3, start the battle. Deals 7 damage to the opposite enemy. So I presume if the Hawk is in sort 3, it'll do 7 damage to the sort 3 creature on the opposing board. And as you level that up, it becomes 14, then 21 damage. That's a lot of damage. As a sniper, that Hawk seems pretty potent. I do like snipers. And again, if there's certain metas stands out, where you see a creature in the same position, this Hawk, that's going to pepper it out and just snipe it away. Could be very strong again. From what I've seen at the moment, I've seen a lot of creatures that have the potential to be very strong. Orangutan, 3-6. At the end of the turn, give the lowest health pet 1/2. Okay, here's our scaler. But it's not as insane as the other creatures, because you can't put it onto the highest health unit every single time. There is a bit of a synergy with the eel, though, because the eel is just naturally low health. If you pick up an eel and an orangutan, you're probably going to hit your buffs onto it multiple times. This enables you to go wide, and going wide is historically pretty good. Then if you level it up, it gives the lowest health pet 2 plus 4, then 3, then 6. Interesting. the word of this episode. The pelican, 3/4. End of turn, give 2 other strawberry pets +1/+1. Then levels up to 2/2, then 3/3. I will notice that between like tier 3 and tier 2, there weren't many strawberry pet effects, I think. So if that build is not strong, so the cassowary is the only thing that gave a strawberry pet effect. So if strawberry pets are not strong, then you're probably not going to make it to the pelican. If they are strong, the pelican will be a must pick. It will work like the otter. It would be a scaler for a specific unit instead. And you will just keep buying it and buying it and buying it and getting more and more stats on these strawberries. I have to see the strawberries though. Platypus. 5/2. Sell. Summon 1 level duck and a beaver. Interesting. I like it. You'd have to clear out your shop though. I think it's a bad tier to come in, but I do like the effect. Because presumably you sell it and it will give you the duck preferential because it's named first, but I don't know that's the case. But supposing it works in such a way that, I don't know, it gives you 6 slots, so you always guarantee the duck and the beaver. The duck will give 1 to the shop, right? And then the beaver will give 1 to a unit on your board. So they're a bit like anti-synergistic in a way. I don't know. Of all the creatures I've seen so far, as amusing as the platypus is, I think it looks quite weak. You might be the Squirrel of this pack. The praying mantis, 7/2. Start a turn, destroy adjacent friends and gain +2/+2. Okay. Adjacent friends. So if you put this in the middle of your squad... Hang on, I need to also know on the adjacent friend. If you destroy both, do you get 4/4 instead? Because that's how I'm presuming it's going to work. If not, then you'd probably run this at the front or the back, because then you only destroy one of your friends. Unless you want 2 things to faint. Like, what would you want to faint like that? Where was the creature that gave experience? The blobfish? You kill it, the mantis gets experience. When this tiers up, it becomes 4/4, then 6/6. I don't know, man. If it only gives you the +2/+2 for killing 2 friends, then I think that might be a little bit on the weak end. If it gives you them both, I think then it's legitimate. Because you're replacing 2 of your friends for 2/2 stats. That's never going to be worth it. At 4/4 stats, if they both give you a positive, like they summon a creature. Like, let's say you killed the thing that summons ants, the anteater. Although you'd miss out on an ant trigger then. So maybe that wouldn't be a great get. I don't know. Praying mantis, we'll play with you. The vulture. If a friend faints, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. So this is something you'd put at the very back. It's like a... What would I say? It's like a weak snake. And I say a weak snake, kind of tongue-in-cheek honestly, because if you can summon a lot of creatures, this adds up, because it then becomes 4, then 6 damage. If you're doing 6 damage every time a creature faints, and you're summoning lots of creatures, again, Anteater gives you 3 summon triggers, or death triggers even. That could be pretty potent again. Especially for clearing out, like, melons and so on. Okay. The Fox. 5/3. We're in tier 5 now. End of turn. Steal a random shop food. Health and effects are multiplied by 2. Excuse me? Again, we have to see what the food effects are. If there are a lot of health and attack effects in the food pool, that Fox is going to scale really quickly. That's going to be pretty strong. Again, it's not a global thing, so you're just going tall with it. When it levels up, the food effects are multiplied by 3, then multiplied by 4. If pairs are in there, that's 8/8. Potentially. Seems good, right? The frog. 1/1 at tier 5. Buy. Swap stats of the two adjacent pets. I think you might be really bad. But there's probably scenarios where you wouldn't be. So the one immediately that's screaming to me is getting something with a lot of health. Let's say the polar bear that's coming up. And you have an eel on the other side. You buy you buy the frog and you place it in the two things adjacent to its swap stats. So you'd have to have the high health unit. I guess what it does do though is if you scale early and the creature doesn't give you a great effect anymore. Where was that creature that I was talking about? I'm not sure. I'm sure there was a creature early on that I said would lose advantages when you got to like tier 6. You could swap its stats out if it's like received a bunch of buffs and then just sell it. Is it worth the frog for that? Maybe, because then you just sell the frog again afterwards, so it's effectively 2 gold to do that. Maybe you're not awful. Maybe you're not 2 gold, do nothing. You would have to create a space for it though, so you would actually have to sell another unit to make this happen, presumably. Lion, 5/5 tier 5, start the battle. If this is your highest tier pet, gain 100% attack and health. Spicy. So if you don't get a tier 6 creature, this thing doubles its stats. So it becomes like a 10/10. At tier 5, when you lock into that shop, that lion is going to be the king of the jungle. He's going to be so strong. It will depend how good the tier 6 is to whether or not this lion's actually going to be good. But it's pretty infrequent now, in the 2 packs we have, that you do buy the tier 6 pets, because they're normally not worth it. Some of them are pretty good, not all of them though. You could easily do without them. I think that could be really strong. And when it levels up, by the way, it goes to 200% attack and health and 300% attack and health. That's so high. Like, I mean, I know it's not possible, but if you had it at just 5/5, that's a 20/20 if you can get it to level 3. You'd probably have additional stats on it as well, so that could easily become a 50/50 very quickly. And it could legitimately, when you buy it, be the lowest stated creature, in which case the orangutan will buff it. Polar bear, 4/8. Start a turn. Give a random frozen shot pet +3/+3. You are the dromedary on steroids. At level 2, you give a random frozen shot pet +6/+6. Then a random frozen shot pet +9/+9. If you get a lion and freeze immediately, let the polar bear tick it up, and just before you die, sell the polar bear, get a lion in. The lion could legitimately have, like, what? Let's say you waste 3 turns on it. It could be a 14/14, doubled up to 28/28. That could be a huge burst of energy. Is that going to be worth it? I don't know. It's very late as well, putting stats onto units. You might be in too high a tier to be useful, but we'll see. You're definitely buffing though the shop creature very quickly. You do have high stats on it for your effect. Sabretooth Tiger, 6/6. Knockout. Summon a level 1 copy of the knocked out pet. Works 2 times per turn. So the summon will go to the front, I presume. That could be really strong. Again, it would be very dangerous against builds that have summons. Like, if you get an Anteater and you chomp onto it with a Sabretooth Tiger, they're going to have a miserable time, because you'll get the level 1 copy of the Anteater, which will summon 2 ants. The 2 ants will then buff, like, potentially the Sabretooth Tiger. That's brutal. And they'll be softening up the unit that's behind it, so the Sabretooth Tiger might knock it out again. That seems like an incredible buff target. At level 2, you summon a... Sorry, it works 4 times. It's always a level 1 copy. And at level 3, that's 6 times, baby. 6 times. Very strong. All level 1 copies though. Honestly, the level 3 effect's not that important. I think the level 2 effects, the level 1 and level 2 effect are probably more than enough as well. Shoebill. 2/4. At the end of turn, give all other strawberry pets +1/+1. Here's your global scaler, but only for strawberry pets. Then at level 2 it's +2/+2, and at level 3 is +3/+3. Tell me what the strawberry pet is and I'll tell you if this is good. But there is a decent amount of synergy for them. Siberian Husky, 4/3. End of turn, give 3 other pets with no food perks, +1/+1. So I presume this is a food like chili where it actually stays on it. And there's no other requirement than that. That could be really strong, because you could just take your Siberian Husky. If you level into it, like if you combine 3 units at shop 4, get the Siberian Husky, drop that into your squad, get it to buff maybe 3 pets that have enough foods on it yet, and when you get to the point where they're strong enough, sell the Husky, and then put food on it. When it levels up, it's 2/2. And then it's 3/3 to 3 pets. Interesting though. Swordfish, 5/5. Start the battle, deal 100% attack damage to a random enemy and itself. So it kills itself at the first tier. So you need to put health on this thing. I mean, ideally both. Or a melon to block the hit. Or garlic or something like that, assuming those types of food work. Then it's 200% at level 2, and then 300% at level 3. That's huge damage, by the way. If you get this, like, 20/20, which isn't unreasonable in other packs, you're doing a hell of a lot of damage. You're doing 60 damage. That's a lot. Probably killing yourself in the process, but we'll see what the foods are. Triceratops, a 5/6. Hurt. I think this is the first hurt synergy I've seen. Give a random friend +3/+3. So you're the camel on crack now. Then at level 2 it's +6/+6, and at level 3 it's +9/+9. That's very high. If you get 2 Triceratops and you put them in front of, where are you? I've already forgotten who it was. Who did the 2/1 damage? It's a Woodpecker, right? If you get a Woodpecker in front of 2... I just saw the strawberry. If you get it in front of the 2 Triceratops, +6/+6 to random creatures, that's not bad. Zebra, 3/5. Buy and sell, give a random friend +2/+2. That is an insane snail. That's actually insane. Very, very good. Buy and sell. So you could even... I'm just trying to think. Would you just be better off buying and then immediately selling this, rather than leveling it up? When it levels up, it becomes 4/4, and then 6/6. I think it's probably best just to keep buying on top of it, right? Because when you tier it up, it'll give you a 4/4. So you'll get 2/2, then 2/2, then 4/4. Rather than if you just buy, sell. But then it's... Hang on. We could do the numbers for this. So buying and selling, it's 2 gold for 4/4 in stats, right? You pay 3 for it, you sell it back for 1. You're good to go. If you tier it up once, you spend 9 gold to do that. It gives you 8/8 in stats, but if you sold it at that point, you'd actually get 2 gold back. So you'd spend 7 gold, and you'd get 12/12 in stats. So yeah, it's worse. It's better to buy, sell immediately, economy-wise. And I presume when you tier up again, it's going to even get worse than that. Because then you would spend 18 gold in the process. You would gain... you 26, I think it would be. And you'd sell it for 3, so that'd be 15 for 26. It's actually better than going, like, halfway, I think. I mean, it looks like it on paper, at least. But you're just better at buying and selling it immediately. Not sure about you, Zebra. You might be really good. And there are things with synergies for buying and selling. So, the Zebra could be, again, a little bit of a burst of speed. Right, the final tier. The tier 6. The Hammer Shark. A 6/6. Start the turn, gain 1 gold per level 3 pet. Probably hard to enable. I say hard to enable. It's pretty infrequent you get that many like level 3 pets I found in the game. You might have 1 or 2 by this point in the game. If you can get 2 gold, is it worth it? I don't know. It really depends. Possibly just to keep feeding them. But you might be too late to make you work. By the way, when it levels up, you gain 2 gold per level 3 pet, then 3 gold per level 3 pet. At that point, honestly, it might be worth it. If you can get 2 level 3 pets and get this to level 2, then I think you're talking. But you might have to take too big a hit in your stats to justify the Hammer Shark and the economy you get from it. And also, there's been nothing so far, really, with a big food synergy. But we'll see. Komodo, 6/6. End of turn, give friends +1/+1, and then shuffle all positions. If you have a wide build and you just don't care where your units are, the Komodo's for you. It's the first thing I've seen with like no specific effect on it, it's just a global scaler. I guess the specific effect is it shuffles, but if you don't care about the shuffle, great unit. It'd be probably the unit you want to get from a tier 5 combination. Then it's give friends +2/+2, then +3/+3. Not insanely bonkers like the T-Rex is, but it could be pretty good. If you get one early and you can build the squad around it, you're probably on for 10 wins. Orca, 4/8, Feint. Summon 2 random level 1 pets with Feint abilities. Okay, you're only being as good as the Feint effects we've seen so far. Hello? Fainting creatures? Blobfish, so you get experience. The double ant. So that's your summon build. You get an orca that can potentially summon 2 anteaters. The 2 anteaters summon 2 ants. Profit. Any other fainters out there? The stork summons a level 1 pet from a previous tier. The dove gives strawberry friends +1/+1. Probably the low roll. Seahorse pushes enemies around. And that's it. That could be pretty strong, honestly. It's kind of weird because you'd really want something that triggers on the summons as well. Or on the feints. Like, it's just its own unit. It might just be its own strong unit. Because I haven't seen anything equivalent to like the turkey, for example, or the fly. If you got something like that, then the orc would just roll straight into the squad. If you can mushroom the orca as well, that's huge value. When it levels up, by the way, you get level 2 pets and then level 3 pets with feint abilities. Again, watch out for the orca in like a mixed up pack with other feint creatures. Because if you can get that with like a fly or something, the orca is going to go wild. Ostrich. End of turn, give 1/1 to 1 pet behind. Multiply buff with the lowest pet tier in the shop. What? Ah, my brain. Okay. So, if you have a tier 1 pet in the shop, you get 1/1. So the way to make this really pop would be to leave a space. So it's like a dragon, but for only 1 unit. And you'd have this space and you'd buy the tier 1 unit from the shop, so you'd have a tier 2 there. But you'd have to be lucky to have that effect occur. I think you're bad. Just off the bat, you're either going to be broken or bad. At the levels up, he gives the 2 friends behind and the 3 friends behind this multiplied buff. I think it's going to be really hard to make this work, though. Like, you're going to have situations where you get a shop where, you know, there's going to be 3 tier 1s in it and you're just going to rip your hair out. Other times you're going to get a shop with 1 tier 2, like the rest are going to be 3s, and you're going to be really happy. I think it goes down to luck a lot, but I can't quite envisage the ostrich working right now. Piranha, hurt and faint, so this has a faint moniker on it as well. Give other friendly pets +2 attack. And it's a 10-2. So it's hard to get it hurt at first because you only have 2 health. But after that, I say after that, you'll get the 2 attack on the feint anyway. Again, seems fairly weak, but if you get a Piranha out of the Orca, again, you'll be pretty happy with that. When it levels up, it's 4 attack to all friends and then 6 attack to all friends. You remind me of the Mammoth, is what I'm thinking right now. Again, this pack seems to favour attack over health right now, and that's honestly kind of interesting. Spinosaurus, 4-8, tier 6. Friend faints. Give a random friend +2/+2. Okay, you're the turkey, so this is a summon build. You have Spinosaurus and Orca. It takes longer to set up, but this is what you want to like go to. This is your turkey. It gives you the triggers in battle. So in theory, this could really like pop out of control. When it tiers up as well, it's +4/+4, then +6/+6. It's close to being a turkey. And there's a lot of faint things that summon other things, which could summon other things with faint triggers. Could be very strong. Stegosaurus. You are an end of turn effect. Give the friend ahead +1/+1 until the end of battle. Multiply buff with the turn number. Okay. Then it's +2/+2 and then +3/+3. Stegosaurus could be huge. I'm not even messing around here. If you can level up the Stegosaurus to like level 2, normally at tier 6 you're what? Did I say 11 turns in? So you're getting 22/22 temporarily on a unit. And we've seen things like the Piranha. Like if your back is against the wall or something, even, sorry, on the tier 1 here, put a Stegosaurus behind a Piranha, that's a lot of value, potentially. You could be really strong, honestly. Insanely strong, in fact. And the final creature of what has been a very fishy dinosaur-y pack, Velociraptor, 5-4. Start the battle. Give coconut to 1 random strawberry friend. Then it's 2 random strawberry friends and then 3 random strawberry friends. Okay. I don't quite see how this works pet-wise, but kind of seems like an old pet to give the strawberry friend synergy onto, the Velociraptor. You know, the carnivore of the dinosaurs. But hey. Coconut is a very strong effect. It's probably the strongest food effect, just negate damage. So if you can get strawberry friends easily, the Velociraptor is the creature you want. Okay, now the foods. Peach, tier 1. Give a pet 2 health. Pretty good, honestly. I'd say that's better than an apple. The strawberry. Okay. Give a pet strawberry. Enable strawberry abilities. Oh, you put strawberry on a friend. It's a pet. I thought it was actually going to be a creature, like a 1/1 token. But you create the strawberry friends out of strawberries. Huh. Okay, my mind has just been boggled and broken. Again, this could be super, super strong. To an unbelievable level, in fact. So, I just want to go back to all of these things again and look at them. So I could make a strawberry friend, and I can target which one I want. And then the kiwi would start buffing it on the cell. Is there anything early on that is good? Yeah, the hummingbird. Does it work on itself? If I made it a strawberry friend, would it give itself 2/2? Therefore becoming a 4/4? Because that could legitimately justify not buying 3 units at the start. If you get a strawberry and a hummingbird, buy a hummingbird and put a strawberry on it. Especially if you get 2 hummingbirds. You get a 6/6 hummingbird. That's gonna just run through squads. I was thinking before, honestly, I was thinking in 3D. I should have been thinking in 4 dimensions. It's actually blown everything wide open. Cucumber, tier 2 food. Give a pet cucumber. Gain 1 health at the end of turn. Just one moment, I'm getting a call. I'll pause. Apologies, I'm back now. Just my roommate let me know she's back late. Anyway, let's continue with the tier. So, cucumber. They get cucumber, so it's an effect. They gain 1 health at the end of each turn. So the scaling comes with the food. This is the first food that enables continual scaling. Again, that could be very strong. It depends on how good the other foods are, though. It's something you could put on a creature and justify replacing it with later. A bit like meat, honestly, but for health. I guess that's its closest comparison. The meat gives you the advantage immediately, the cucumber doesn't. So, I'd probably say you're not a great food, but I don't think you're a bad food either. Lollipop. Swap the attack and health of a pet. Okay, again, this is the 4th dimension, breaking and saying hello to the 5th dimension. I said before there was a bunch of creatures that were started in such a way that their effects were hard to enable, like the piranha or the eel. The lollipop is what you want for it. And I said that a lot of things give you a lot of attack. You keep buffing the attack of these creatures, and then when you want like the hurt synergies, you put a lollipop on it. Flips it over. Job's a good one. Off the bat, just with the face of it, I don't think you're a great food, but... And also, it could work the opposite way. I typically say that health is a better stat to have, especially early on. So you could swap your very high attack creatures to very high health creatures, and then take the lollipop off later when maybe you have a decent amount of what was attack to justify, swapping it. But I don't know if there's an equivalent to melon yet. If there isn't, then you might legitimately want health over attack, so the lollipop will work well for some creatures but be useless for others. Broccoli. Give a pet -2 + 4. That's the first food that debuffs a creature as well. Oh, this actually is very interesting for... Where are you? The fox. He ate random foods and doubled their effects. So if you're eating, like, broccoli, you could potentially have a sad time. Like, you could get down to a creature with 0 attack. I guess when you get to 0 attack, it can't get worse. Your unit is there just to take hits. You could really get some really bad, rolls here. Some really random rolls from the broccoli. With the fox. I think this is a huge, debuff to the fox. After I thought he might be very strong. Okay. The fried shrimp, in another tier 3. It's the opposite of the broccoli. It gives a unit 4 attack and then -2 health. So, if you buy both of them, you're getting 2/2 in stats. So it's basically nerfed pair. Is tier 3. Now, it's not quite true that way because, as I've mentioned, there's some units that gain more advantage to having a higher attack. There's some units in this pack that will just have better stats with health. So you can mix and match a little bit. But the food seems weaker so far. Fortune Cookie. Give a pet Fortune Cookie. Attack has a 50% to deal double damage. Again, this is a bit of a lottery. If you get multiple attacks out of your creature and they both get the double damage, you're laughing. A 50-50 with Fortune Cookie, it could hit for 100. Nothing's surviving that, unless, it has coconut. If you never get it to proc, though, it's 3 gold, do nothing. And I think more often than not, this is going to be 3 gold, do nothing. At least in my hands. Grapes. Give a pet grapes. Gain +1 gold at the start of every turn. You turn things into a swan. Interesting. I think that's good. I think it's good that it's at tier 4. I think it's been a must get at tier 1 or tier 2. 4, I'm not sure it's a must get, but I think if you have a unit with no food on it and you have it's just their buffing units or something you're buying and selling, putting a grape on could be the lesser of some evils. Pepper, tier 5. Give a pet pepper. Health does not go under 1. Removes after taking damage. So this is what you want for the piranha. I said it's hard for it to take 1 shot of damage. That's what the pepper's there for. Pepper is effectively a melon. Your unit cannot die. It's actually better than melon because your unit will not die. You will get a second attack. That's very strong. For a tier 5 food, probably the strongest food I've seen so far. Stew, tier 5. Give 3 random pets 2 health. Okay, that's pretty good. We have, what was it, sushi that is 3 friends 1-1. This is equivalent stats in health, which is probably better. I'd say stew is a little bit of an upgrade. Tier 5 food's very good so far. Taco, 3 random pets plus 2 attack. Similar analogy, I think it's probably worse than the stew. It's similar to the sushi from the other packs. Both, in fact, all the tier 5 foods look pretty good. Carrot. Give a pet carrot, gain +1/+1 at the end of turn. Again, it's scaling on your food item, which is very interesting, and it's very late scaling. So you might not... I don't think in this pack you'll get into 50-50 very easily. I'm not sure about the carrot. Hot dog. Give 2 random pets +4 attack. And then the orange, equivalent. Give 2 random pets +4 health. I mean, it's good stats. 3 gold, gain 8 stats. Very good. Again, probably for the orange over the hot dog. And I'd probably prefer both over the carrot. By the time you've reached round 11, when do you normally win? I'd say you're winning typically by 14. So I don't think the carrot's ever going to really give you that value. And it's increasing your chance to lose. You want the value immediately. And I think you get more of the hot dog and the orange. Now, the carrot is specific, so you could put it on a unit to gain stats if it gains stats and benefits from the stats it gains. I said that so badly. If it gets benefits from having stats, specifically, the carrot will give you those stats. But it's slow value over time, and it's very late in the game to be getting +1/+1. I think the carrot's bad. Popcorn, tier 6. Give a pet popcorn. Summon a random pet from the same tier after fainting. Holy shit, if you get Orca, it faints and gives you an Orca. That could be insane. It's the mushroom on crack. And the mushroom is pretty strong. Popcorn, very, very strong. That's my feeling now. Gut feeling, popcorn, very strong. Right. You thought that was done? Nope. The weekly pack. So there are some additional creatures in the weekly pack. There are some creatures from other packs in here. So, for example, we have the ant in this pack, the baby duck we saw from Expansion Pack 2. Chinchilla. That's a new creature. 2/2 tier 1. Sell it. Summon one loyal chinchilla. I have no idea what a loyal chinchilla is. When it levels up, you get 2, then 3 on the sell. Again, it's very interesting selling that summons 3 creatures. In theory, this means you can sell this for a lot of money, but you have to have space for them to be summoned. So I feel like this is potentially bad. At least at tier 1, though, it's fine. Because it will replace itself. But after that, I don't know. I can see scenarios where the chinchilla is pretty good. What else is in here that's not in other packs? The Aardvark. An enemy summoned gains 2/2. It's a tier 2 creature, 2/4 stats. Then at level 2, enemy summoned gain 4/4, then 6/6. Fun, I like it. Counters the summon build. You're like the Hungry Hippo, but you can put you anywhere. And you'll just keep getting stats, like, ideally at the back, honestly. You're like the anti-shark. I always said the Aardvark was the anti-shark. The Goldfish. Tier 2, 1/1. Sell. Discount shot pets by 1 gold. Could be really big, honestly. Especially if you're getting into the late game and you just want to mass sell everything. Maybe you built an early game squad. You sell you sell your Goldfish, sell all your other units, and then you buy for 2 gold or something instead. If you can get this up to level 2, it discounts the shop pets by 2. And then at level 3, discount shop pets by 3. You get free pets. That could be huge. That could be a massive swing turn for the Goldfish. But I think you're generally going to be pretty bad. You're either going to be... Actually, you know what? I take that back. I think you're going to be okay. I don't think you're fantastic. I don't think you're terrible. There are going to be some fun swing turns with you, though. The Raccoon, another tier 2 creature, 3/2. Before attack, steal food of enemy ahead. Works 1 time per turn. That could lead to some really funny situations. Unit in front has melon. Nope, my melon now. Attacks. Kills maybe the unit that no longer has melon. Then, it goes to attack again if you've leveled it up. It steals another food from an enemy ahead. Your melon, mine. Kill that. And if you can get it to level 3, 3 times you can steal their food. You have a mushroom unlike your eagle. Nope, not anymore. The mushroom is on the Raccoon, which can now summon and steal another food. I love you. Raccoon, possibly the most favourite thing I've seen so far. I think you might be low tier insane. Food is so strong in this game, typically. The Raccoon just snatching it off people is insane. Now, there are a bunch of foods we have seen which are like stats over time, in which case the Raccoon won't get the value. Presumably. Assuming that the Steel moniker ends at the end of battle, which is kind of what I'm assuming right now. Maybe it does keep it to the next battle, though, which would be really fucking annoying. It'd be a very troll build. Alright. Raccoon, I like the sound of you. Wombat, level 2. Sorry, tier 2. 3/3. Start the battle. Copy level 1 feint ability from highest tier enemy. I think you're bad. And I'm going to tell you why. You rely on an enemy having the feint ability. If they have no feint abilities, your Wombat does nothing. You are statted pretty well to compensate for that, but you're too restrictive. Like, you're relying on the enemy doing something. It's reactive rather than proactive. I don't think this is great. A level 2, you copy it as a level 2 ability, and then there's a level 3 ability at level 3. The Bear, tier 3. Feint, give honey to all pets that are 1 space away. Then it's 2 spaces away, then 3 spaces away. So if you pop this down in the middle of your squad, honey either side of your units. That's another 2/2 in stats. That's pretty good stat line for a 3/5 tier 3 creature. I like you. Good bear. Put it in the middle of the squad at level 2. You're honeying everything except itself. Now, you might not want that, admittedly, eventually, because honey is good early, but it's not great late. But I could see the bear doing a nice little bit of work. Okay, Hyena. Start the battle, swap attack and health of everyone. Chaos. Hello. Are we running Raccoon Hyena builds? That really does put the cat amongst the pigeons. If you have some builds that are very specific for, like, I don't know, you want a lot of health on them that we've seen in the other expansion pack, a Hyena could just turn that on its head. It could be one of those things, again, if the meta breaks through, that the Hyena is meta breaking. I think generally, though, you can play around it. It's a symmetric effect, but you can tailor your squad to work with this effect. It could actually be really strong, this Hyena. 4/3 as well. Not a bad stat line. Okay. Seagull. 3/2 at tier 3 as well. A friend is summoned. Copy Seagull's food perk to it. Works 1 time per turn. Then, friend summoned. Copy Seagull's perk to it. Works 2 times per turn, then 3 times per turn. So, the Seagull is like a low-key turkey. Or a low-key horse. Depending on what food perks you can put on the Seagull. Like, if you have melon, and you just keep generating melon armored summons, could be really nice for the Seagull. If you put, for example, steak, it could really be strong with steak. You get like that Orca, for example. Orca dies, summons like, 2 creatures. If you get this to level 2, they're both steak, they're hitting for like 20 something attack. That's hard to deal with. Okay, the Wasp. 2/2 tier 3. Upgrade shop tier, gain 50% more attack. Then it's gain 100% more attack and gain 150% more attack. Scary creature, potentially. If you get this by combining units in the tier 2 shop, and then you can get some more wasps after that, you could easily get this to a 50 attack unit. And ideally, if there's no melon in the game, you just chomp through people. You just one-shot them. The wasp is there as a glass cannon. Cool, I like it. Armadillo, 2/6 tier 4. Hurt and faint. Give friends +1 health. Then when it levels up, it's +2 health, then +3 health. Armadillo, you are the perfect complement to a Cascade build. Can you do the Cascade build here? No, god damn it. You couldn't give me the blowfish, could you? You put the hedgehog in, but not the blowfish. In theory, it would be like the final piece of the puzzle. The hedgehog hurts everything. The armadillo gives health back again. Your blowfish can, fire off more shots. Again, it could still work that way if you get other hurt synergies. Giving more health when it's hurt. Like, that's just going to let your hurt effect proc more often. Very strong, potentially. It really depends on what hurt synergies are in the pack with it. But it could be the glue that holds it all together. Hawk, we've seen. Mole. Tier 4 creature, 2/3. You buy it. Give adjacent friends 1/1. Okay. I can see the mole being a very strong scaler. At tier 4, you're like a otter on, the white powder. You stick that in the middle of your squad. You keep buying on top of the mole. It's giving 1/1 adjacent. When you level it up, it's 2/2 to adjacent ones. Then it's 3/3. Very good scaling on selected units as well, with very little requirement other than they have to be opposite sides of the mole. But you can move your mole around, so you can make that work easily. The Taper, tier 4, 4/3. Faint, summon level 1 copy of the far back friendly pet. Except other tapers and orcas. I see. So they saw the potential synergy here with the orca getting multiple orcas in the squad with the taper, or tapers just going infinite. And they've accounted for that. I think this isn't great, because if you have a summon build, normally your back unit will be a unit that doesn't summon units. It's something that will enable them. So you probably don't want to get that summoned. As it tiers up, by the way, you get a level 2 copy and a level 3 copy. There are probably some exceptions where you might want to run another unit that summons other units at the back. I think Orca would have been the main one, though. And just try and high roll out the Orca. I feel like you're going to be the spider of this pack. You probably will take the Taper if you try to make a summon build and you haven't quite got the right pieces. But I'd probably avoid this. The Moose, 5/6 tier 5, end of turn. Gain 1/1 for each tier 4 pet or higher in the shop. So you could freeze your shop to enable this Moose. That could grow very easily. Level 2, end of turn, gain 2/2 for each tier 4 pet or higher in the shop. Then level 3 is 3/3. You could manipulate your shop to get the Moose to pop. Very interesting. Alpaca! I have to stop calling the llama the alpaca now, because there's actually alpaca in the game. 4/9 tier 6. A friend is summoned, give it 1 experience. Works 2 times per turn. Then it's +2 experience, then +3 experience. If there was a tier 6 squad that could work together, the alpaca is the glue that would enable that. You create a very late game squad, you struggle to get experience onto those creatures, you put an alpaca out there, it's getting the experience up, higher and higher. I mean, if you can get it to level 3, auto levels the unit that you buy. Could be very, very strong. I think that's it. Oh, the tiger's been changed. The thing's different. The icon's different. Cool. The tiger icon is different. There are new foods, though, in this pack. A croissant, tier 2. Give a pet a croissant. It gains 1 attack at the end of each turn. I think that's pretty poor, but not awful. Broccoli's in the pack. Garlic's in this pack. Cheese. Give a pet cheese. Attacks with double damage once. You could be a better steak. Depends what your stats are, obviously. But the potential is there for that. And there's no melon in this pack either. But there is pepper. Alright. I think that's everything. You can even create custom packs. Bravo. They've outdone themselves again. You know what? I'm going to put this out as a separate video. We'll play a run in the next one. In fact, maybe I'll release a video of a run later on today. But I'll split them up in case you wanted just to see the pack information, and then we can just play the pack in the next one. I think that makes more sense. And I can check that this is still recording properly because the cat's done all over my keyboard. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, why not leave a like and subscribe? If you have any wild ideas for synergies, why not leave them in the comments below and we can have a little test of this. Again, in the description I will leave the link to where you can play this test build. And I urge people that love this game to check out the test build so the developers have a better idea, you know, what balance changes need making. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in an actual run. Goodbye.